Well, I'm playing nasty today, and the reason why is because beginning of the day, it was like TR and VS were just all they were all like ganging up on us, and so I said, you know what, guys, if they're going to play that way, well, we can just go wherever they are and fight them between themselves, you know, like just sit there and throw crap at them. And I mean, that's what you do whenever they gang up on you. You do just the opposite. You fight back. You find out where they're having their fight, and you taint it. You give it a little bit extra spice. You go in there, and they're ready to use their air vehicles, and you drop a whole bunch of heavies, and the heavies take out all the air vehicles, and then you just like spawn guys and drop anywhere that they're going to do their fight. You know, that's what you do. Now, if we were that organized, it would work out that way, but usually it's just me going around doing naughty stuff like converting terminals and throwing and like jumping over Sundays, dropping C4, blowing them up, and things like that. You know, it's not very interesting, and that's usually because people don't really have a plan. You know, when they play this game, they don't have a plan. All their plan is that if we're losing, then we'll concoct this fiction that somebody said our team was gay. Okay, I heard that last night, and I was just like, I am out of here. When I hear that crap, I'm just like, I'm out of here. That's just bad management. That's all that is. You know, people who think they have managerial skills, no, they have negative people skills is what they've got. They know how to ruin people's lives by making them feel like somebody's got it in for them, and that's not management. That's just negative people skills. So it's better to inspire them than to claim that your team is gay. You know. I'm kind of saying that to some extent, but the thing is if you're stressed out over something, your brain's not going to be working. It's going to be stressed about the thing that somebody said against your group, which is not the solution. The solution is not to stress out your people. Your solution is to think up things that they could do that would put the enemy in their place, you know. And sometimes in the battle, I'll sit there and I'll suggest things to both sides, to the enemy and to our sides, to give them a little bit of an idea of how to use their brains. At the same time, the pros are going, oh crap, he is teaching people how to play this game, and I have to watch out because they're going to come out and get me, you know. And that's the thing. So there was this guy who was about to take a. That's what happens whenever you just got one guy in here. It's going to go back because I think he was the only guy over here. Yeah, he was, and that white there is probably going to disappear. There's probably only two of us in the hex, and I think he was just kind of a sleeper cell type guy who's probably went off to get something to eat, come back, and try to take a base. So. Anyhow, it's funny things that happen whenever you're sitting there talking. Now if they could hear me, I'd be on proximity, and so they can't really hear me. But it freaks me out whenever I start to hear sounds from people. It's like I'm talking to them, but I'm not really talking to them. So if this guy comes in, I think what I'm going to do is put a motion sensor, see where he's coming from, because that's if he's got a Sunday up, he'll be coming from that direction. So I'll just sit here and wait and see, you know, if because let's see, yeah, we're taking Ravens now, so they can't. This guy can't exactly, but if he'll probably sit up there and. Oh man. Wow. Oh boy. But this is what the map looks like right now. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's like we're winning, but I can't figure out why, you know? See, if we get all of Blue's lands, then it'll increase our number. And so as White's getting more of our land, we're kind of getting more of Blue's, of the White is TR and the Blue is VS. This is the way I choose to do my coloring scheme. And the idea is give the lighter colors to the enemies so that it's easier to detect them on the map. And so Blue and White to me is easier to detect than red. So if I see somebody who's red, then I know it's the Bloods, it's my team. Everybody else is White and Blue, and Blue is easy. I mean, it's easy to say that White's TR, you know. And so I'll just say White is TR and Blue is VS. It does confuse you sometimes whenever you're like looking on the map because it'll show that there's so much blue and so much red, and the blue is us. And the red is TR on the map in the little pie diagrams. That's the only place they don't color it. If they colored it everywhere, then it would be less confusing. But okay, I've been telling people in this game that I lost my job, and this is my job now, which is really kind of sad, but. I use more of my brain activity in this game than I ever used in my original job. It's really kind of pathetic. So, and every job I've ever had, I probably not much different, you know, because they just don't give you enough responsibility, or they don't think enough about what it is that they're doing, you know, in terms of writing software. This is my guess about Daybreak. They don't have any of the original coders. They fired off all those guys once they figured that they had enough of a game working, and then they lost touch with what was in the source code. One of the guys probably held back some of his source, or they're dependent on some library or some game engine, and that thing is buggy on the PS4, and they can't figure out where the memory leak is, or it's got to be a memory leak because it takes time before the thing eventually dies and crashes, and has been doing this for years, and they haven't done anything about it. I also seem to know that because this is a massively multiplayer first-person shooter game, and they're going to have to be doing the serving, they're not going to give the clients direct access to each other because that's a security hole. Then they're going to have to determine the outcome of every single little CQC fight, and it's going to be inaccurate, and they're going to have to do predictions, or they're going to have to come up with some ranking system. And people in the game always complain all the time, wow, you know, did you see that? I just shot him like 100 times and he didn't die. He must be Brazilian, or he must be using hacks or something. The answer to the question is that you can't do this on the internet. You can't have this kind of experience on the internet because it just isn't possible. It's not feasible, okay? The only way you could have this experience is in a LAN party, okay? And in a LAN party, you don't have as much latency because there isn't that much between you and each other playing the game out. This is the thing for Daybreak, is they need to realize that the next step for this game is not to keep this game going. The next step for this game is to set up centers in every single city, because there are so many realtors out there that are demanding money, and they're not finding anybody to take up the space in these buildings that are going to rot, okay? So you go in there, you get a discount, you set up your system, you set up your computers, you set up your LAN, you do your game, PlanetSide 2, you offer it to the city or to anybody that's within that area of the country. They're going to have a faster, lower latency system. You have one set up for every single state, and people don't have these bad experiences. Plus, you give them all these rooms that are just very large for people that want to do virtual reality, that can't do in their home, and keep slapping their controllers into their ceiling fan and into their dresser drawers, destroying the controllers and having to repurchase new controllers. They're more willing to go to that room that you got in that spot. Even during COVID, you could make it hermetically sealed and like have vacuums that suck all the stuff that's in there. You could have people go in there, spray it, and it would be like, for each person, it would be like their own room that is just walls, okay? So at worst, they're going to hit a wall, but there's not going to be anything in there, okay? And so you're basically saving the country by putting this system into place. And you're not having to lie to people anymore that this game is fictional, okay? It's fictional. The stuff that's in here, it's a complete lie, okay? Because if you can't sing in unison on AltSpace VR, you can't play CQC right in this game. It's not going to be possible. So the thing is you need to go away from the way that your business was, and that was that your business was defined as being like everywhere all the time because you had servers and access to the internet. The internet's getting bigger and it's become sluggish, and there's cyber warfare and all sorts of crap out there that's going to slow down the net. It's going to get much, much worse for you to have that. The solution to the problem is to create services across the country, set up shop, create VR rooms, create little LAN party things, and permit people who are out of housing, lost their laptop, who are going to go to low-income housing. They're going to need to have access to a computer. They're going to come to your shop, pay $5 an hour to have access to one of your PCs, one of your low-end PCs. They're going to do their work on that, or they'll do it on their cell phone, but I'm willing to bet they're going to use your computer rather than using their cell phone, because a cell phone, you can't do crap with a cell phone. They could use a laptop, but then they have to buy a full-time internet connection, and they would rather have that on the cell phone than have it on the laptop. And in any case, the cell phone is going to be more expensive than having a wired connection, and you're probably not going to get that in low-income housing. So the thing is you're actually improving the community. You're bringing people together. They're coming together to be part of LAN parties. They're going to say, hey, you're in the same business I am. We play games together. Let's go form a business. See, that's what you do. So all I am is I'm not really a coder. I'm just a guy who has ideas, okay? And I try to inspire people, and I don't know if it's ever going to fly, okay? And I'm inspired to tell people this stuff, but I just get this mild suspicion that nothing is I'm ever going to do is going to take. But I'm always compelled to keep inspiring people and letting people know there's ideas out there, that there are solutions. And when I play this game, I'm trying to let people know there are solutions out there. We got solutions here. We can wait for the government to come up with all the jobs, or we can be inspired and do it ourselves. I'm all for the government when that's the safety net, because that's all the government's for. Okay, it's for the safety net. That's what you need government for. What you need industry for is providing the jobs, and you need to have a safety net so people can come up from somewhere, come out of the ashes, be the rising phoenix. Otherwise, they're not going to be the rising phoenix. They're going to be more just the primordial soup by which people evolve from, which is the way the rest of the world thinks, is that we're developing by evolutionary means, so. Oh, crap. You know what just happened? Steel rain. Steel rain. Steel rain. Oh, my goodness. They were like, okay, we have to get everybody here. I had that happen the other day. I was like, what the heck? Did I just sign up for this? And they said, yes, you did. You're a part of the squad. Okay. I can do that. Oh, Oliver Thon, this guy is. I've seen this guy around for a long time. I don't know who he is. I think I've seen him this is one of his characters. He's got him on several factions. Yeah, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna. I keep running into him. I don't know why. So it's like maybe we think the same way. I don't know. Maybe he just kills a lot of people, and I just happen to be one of those people. But I see more of him than I see of any of the TR. And I know he's been around. I mean, he's got to be in his 20s or something if he was a kid whenever I started. He can't be very old. I mean, he can't be too young is what I mean. Not, I always, that's a problem I've got. I got something called aphasia. One of the problems with that is that I tend to get my words mixed around. So I'll say one thing, but I mean another. So. I do not know where we are. It looks like, oh, it's Split Peak. I like Split Peak. It's like Split P. Split P. Are we in TR territory? Yeah, we are. Okay. So what do I need to do? Let's see what we got here. Okay, that's the main. Is there an available gun somewhere? What the heck is that? Okay, and we got some Sundays in the hills. We need to drop down and put some Sundays down below. It looks like we're trying to take that. We got this tech plant. I'm going to go to the tech plant and bring a Sunday up to the Michaela auxiliary compound. And yeah, okay. It's because they're also trying to take East Hills at the same time. The game isn't over yet. I think it's like 20 minutes or something, 30 minutes. It got to be pretty heated. Like, it's at 20 minutes, and so really not much to do now. But I mean, I still could get a little bit of a cert farm going. I think we're going to get an ant with proxy on it. Not that, because there might be some error, and I'm pretty good with anti-air. I'm good enough with anti-air that if I had somebody else in the other gun on a double Ranger Sunday, I would... ouch. Okay. I had to do that because, you never know who's in here. I mean, what's in here. Okay, I wanted an ant. Proxy ant. Yes. I wish there was an ant that was invincible. There is an invisible ant, but an invincible ant would be kind of cool. Okay. This guy needs my attention here. This will be kind of a good place for this. Maybe not. It sounded great. I wonder if I can run this guy up the other side. I think I'll bring this guy down to where we're trying to pull in and get this stuff going. one, only one. Okay. That was really kind of fierce stuff there. I forgot I was still broadcasting. It's Samir. And then the one after that's my favorite, and that's Indar. I'm actually going to have to cut out and come back in because this is so because it'll crash on me, and I know it will. So I better get it before it does that to me. Log out. And I have to actually completely get out of the game. So come on. Oh, forgot.